This interview is already in progress. Thank you for listening.
And I really could not think of a better person than to talk about it with Miss Yvette Batoula. Miss Yvette Batoula, I have recently, well, I've known her for over a year or so, right, Yvette?
That's correct.
Yeah, but we never really hooked up, and she's going to be coming to the network, the LJDN network, podcast radio, and she's going to have her own podcast up there. But she's very intelligent and very knowledgeable. She taught me some things that I didn't know. So I'm more than honored to have her here, and I know she will shed some wisdom on all of us about ways to retain wealth that we probably never even thought of. Okay, so Yvette, go ahead and introduce yourself to the diamonds on LJDN Radio and TikTok. Hi, TikTok. Hi, guys.
Hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, and or good morning wherever you are located. Thank you for welcoming me on this platform. My name is Yvette Batoula, and originally I speak French, so don't worry about the French accent.
Don't worry.
Yeah. Yes, I'm married. I'm a mother of four, and I live in Maryland. And it's a pleasure and an honor for me to be here on the show with Lena. And I want to share many tips with you how you can build wealth and retain your wealth.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So we're gonna I know you might be a little bit nervous. Don't worry. You know, there's no such thing as a bad interview, okay?
Thank you.
So don't worry, don't be nervous, just relax. You know your stuff, you know what you need to say, and you know what you know your stuff. So let's go ahead and let's start out by let's see. I'm gonna start you out with a question, and then I'll
Okay.
just let you take it from there, okay?
Okay, that sounds good.
Okay. Now you have an interesting journey. I know you must have one in order to get to where you are about this building wealth and legacy. And doing background check. I usually do a background check on all my guests just to see what to talk about in things of that. And it seems like you've had a very interesting journey with Comcast. Uh, and it said no. So I want to know what motivated you to transition out of the Comcast into the financial business that you're in right now.
Wow, that's very interesting. I'm glad you did that background check. And you know what? It's amazing because you bring me on the spot, right?
Oh,
Um,
okay. I just went on and put you on the spot, didn't I? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
no, no, actually, the good way.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yes, because as I said earlier, I speak French, and I'm originally from Cameroon.
Mm-hmm.
And in Cameroon, I had my bachelor degree in journalism.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So
Okay.
I worked as a journalist before coming here. And when I came here to America, I love the nation, I love everything. So I was like, back home, I had life insurance, health insurance, and free vacation. Now I have health. And what about life insurance? So I didn't know the difference. So,
Oh, okay. That's
yes,
interesting.
I didn't know any difference about life insurance. So, you know, sometimes at home, you receive this advertisement package, right, in your house.
Yes.
So I got one and I pulled the one that says life insurance. I was so excited. I fill it out and I send it to the life insurance company with a check. So, and then a week later, I receive a package. And I always, as a journalist, I always like to read the fine lines.
Mm-hmm.
So I went through the fine lines and it says 30 years. I was shocked. I was like, I'm young. I'm going to live more than this. So I called the insurance company. I said, why are you sending me a policy for 30 years? And they said that's the maximum they offered. I say, after 30 years, what will happen to all the money that I will be giving you? They say all the money will be gone.
What?
I asked them the last question. I say, if I want another policy after 30 years, will I be paying the same amount? They say no. I say, you know what? Cancel and send me my check back. I don't want to hear about life insurance anymore. So, and and at that time I was still working, because when I first came in the country, I did many things. I did Medicaid Cosmetics. I even earned the pink Cadillac.
Oh, did you? Wow. Wow. Oh, do you still have that pink Cadillac?
No. This is what happened, right? After I got the pink Cadillac, I was not fulfilled. I was like, there is more I can do. I want to help. So I went back to school to get my master's degree, because we always think that getting many degrees will help more people.
Yes.
or land a good job. So when I got 2 masters, couldn't get a job with those masters, and that's how I got a job at Comcast.
Mm-hmm.
I was in direct sales, a decent job, not what I want. So, and I had all this, while I was at Comcast, I had this situation with life insurance that I just shared.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I didn't want to hear about life insurance at all anymore. Then, in my quest to get something better for me and my family, I started looking into real estate investment.
Okay.
and I attended one meeting where I met this young lady from who lives in Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
She came to me. She was very shy. I don't know, maybe she was intimidated by me, but I attended a meeting with my son, but she was talking to my son. Mm-hmm. And my son said, if you're looking for someone to do business, talk to this lady right here. She's my mom. So she finally came to me and she was like, okay, can we meet for lunch? And I say, okay, what's the purpose of the lunch? So I have an idea, so I prepare myself. She was like, it's about life insurance. I said, I told her, I said, I have a very bad experience with life insurance. And I don't want to hear about it. We can be friends and keep our friendship, but don't talk to me about life insurance.
I don't want to hear about that stuff. You talking about taking my money for 30 years and ain't giving me nothing in return? Yeah, that's a hard pill to swallow for anybody, Yvette. That's a hard pill to swallow for anybody. I'm still having problems with insurance.
Yeah. You are so right. I didn't want to, the idea of wasting my money, I didn't want to hear about that. So she was like, no, this one is completely different. You will love it. Mm-hmm. So I cut a deal with her. I said, okay, I will give you 10 minutes of my time when we meet. If you don't convince me that you are different, am I free to go? She said, yes. I said, okay, you have a deal. So we went to that restaurant in downtown Silver Spring, and she started talking about living benefits, legacy, tax-free retirement. I'm like, can you show me what you are talking about? Because I like visuals. I don't just want to hear. So she came prepared. She had her laptop. In the restaurant, she opened the laptop. She showed me what she was talking about. She ran the illustration for me. I said, okay, I see the number, but that's not enough for me. I say, what if you're showing the same number to everyone? I want something that is specific to me. She said, that's your name, that's your information. I said, okay, do the application to make sure that I can get this. She said, okay. So right there in the restaurant, we submit the application and I got approved on the spot. I was so,
Okay.
I was shocked. I was excited at the same time. So I called my husband. I said, you know what? What we have been looking for, I found it.
Ooh.
And I told him as soon as I come home, I will call the lady. We get on Zoom, and she will show you the number for you. So that's what I did when I came home. I called the lady. We got on Zoom. We did the same thing for my husband, for our 4 children, and I never regretted doing that.
Wow.
So,
and how long ago was this?
that was about 3 years ago.
Okay.
And then, yes, go ahead. I know you have.
And I'm surprised you was able to get your husband to come along, because I mean, getting men to come along in anything, I just know from personal experience with my house, you got people that come by and want to say, oh, we fix roofs, we do this, that, and the other, we run in a special now, would you like to make an appointment? You say, you need to make an appointment at least to find out what they're talking about. But then they say, oh, is the husband going to be there? I'm like, oh my gosh, then we can't have the appointment because he hates people. So yours sat down and actually listened and learned something and got something out of it. That's a good thing.
Yes, I will say God has blessed me in that area with my husband, because my husband, he trusts me and he believes in me. So he is more focused on serving God. Mm-hmm. You can give him everything. Mm-hmm. He will not give him a book to read. If it's not the Bible, he will take the book and put it there. Mm. You come after 1 month. He said, okay, I don't have time to read. I will ask my wife to read it.
The only book he reads is the good book, huh?
Yeah. Okay. So that's the type of husband that God has given me, and I'm so thankful for that. We have been married for over 30 years now, and I know him, he knows me, and if anything, he wants me to make sure it's a good deal, it's a good business, mm-hmm. or it's a good idea. Do all my research before I present it to him, and when I present it to him with all the details, all the facts, mm-hmm. he is in.
Oh, well, that's good. So he trusts your opinion.
Exactly.
That's really good. That's good. That's good to have. You got to keep her right there.
Amen. Thank you.
Not somebody to go back and ask the same questions that you asked already. Not the man that goes back and asks the same questions that you asked her. Okay, I just brought all these questions to you, brought all these answers. I think it's a good deal, but no, I gotta look at it first. And since sometimes him looking at it is up on the shelf for weeks, okay?
Yes, that is such a great blessing, and that's why I'm planning to have a coaching for women as well, for those who wants to get married, so they get in the marriage the right way. Mm-hmm. So that's another topic for another day.
Another topic for another day. You right about that one. You are absolutely right about that one.
Yes.
So tell us about this amazing insurance, because you even got me very curious about this insurance, and it's something that I really need. I gotta find it in my budget to get, because this ain't no joke. It's really serious. I mean, but if you're looking for something, I'm just going to put it out there. If you're looking for something that's like get rich fast, quick, overnight, this is not for you.
No.
Because this type of wealth does not build overnight. But if you are patient and want to continue to invest in it, it can pay. It sounds like a really good. I mean, it's the best insurance plan that I've heard. And I ended up canceling my insurance with I'm almost embarrassed to say it, but what's that?
It's okay.
What's that one that they send those little pamphlets to in the mail? Global Life or something like that. So because I figure, okay, this is what happened. True story. So I have one biological sister. She is 100% pure blood. Her and my parents. Both my parents are gone now.
Oh, my condolences.
And she's passed on. She passed on. Now, she passed on about 2 years ago or something like that. But 2 years or a year or so prior to that, when I decided, you need to get some type of insurance. You need some type of insurance. So I went to Global and I got insurance for me and I got an insurance policy for her. Okay, her insurance policy was like $10,000. My insurance policy was just like $5 because I'm like, I don't care if they put me in a box. They can put me in anything because I'm dead. You don't have enough to bury me. Just don't cremate me. My mom always say, why burn twice? So my stepmom, because I just told you both my parents were gone. So anyway, so I go ahead and I pay for the policy. I pay for the policy for both of us. About a year later, my sister died. My oldest sister, I lost her.
Oh, my condolences.
I go to the policy, okay? The $10,000 policy.
Yes.
First, they give me the runaround. Then I find out she died 2 days before the policy went into 1 year.
Oh.
Yes. And so only thing I was able to get back from that was what I put into it, my monthly payments. And of course, I went with the cheapest, Global. So my payments was like $12 a month. I think $12 or $15 a month. So what I got was my $15 back for that whole year. So
Oh, Lord.
I was so upset, Yvette. I was so upset. Just mad, just angry. And so I canceled my policy too. I said, you know what? You guys. Then they took me through the ringer. They asked me to go get all of this paperwork that took months. Wow. Mind you, she died in June.
Yeah.
It took months for them to send me a check for like $300, right? And when the check was dated, the check was dated in July. So they held on. So they held on to that. They held on to that money, made me give them go through all this extra stuff, mind you, knowing that they were not going to pay off on that policy.
Yes, Lena, that's the real issue, and that's the great problem that people have. Because when you say insurance, people are afraid. They think that all insurance are equals. No, not all insurance are equals. There are many insurance companies out there that they don't pay the claim. Before you get into a policy, make sure you check if that insurance company has been paying their claims. Because getting the policy is not a problem. They will rush to get your money. But in case an event happens, will you get the payout? That's the greatest problem. And what I'm about to share with the audience here today is not a policy that you put it in your drawer and let let it get dust until you die. No, this is something that you can benefit while you're still alive.
That's the part I liked about it.
Yeah.
I
Yes,
really
and
like that part about it.
the companies that I'm working with, they have been in existence for 176 years. So they have been through everything, all the wars, all the calamities that you can imagine, and they are still standing. So that's the kind of company that you want to do business with.
And you know what? That's the kind of company that we want to do business in. That's your word on
Yes,
these companies is trustworthy because you're a journalist by
exactly.
trade. In
Yeah,
journalism, you have to investigate that stuff. You can't just get out there on the mic and start saying stuff because, you can get someone in a lawsuit. You got to know your stuff and you have to know where it comes from, the resources and everything to go back to. So I know that what you say is very much valid because you wouldn't be in it. You're a smart woman
yeah,
and a smart investor, and you wouldn't be in it if it was no
exactly.
good.
I agree with you 100%, Lina, because that's what my children, they are grown up, they are all having their job and their houses.
Mm-hmm.
But when they face a situation, they always come to me. They are like, Mom, we
Mm-hmm.
need your input because we know how you do research. They are in IT, they can do all sorts of researches
Mm-hmm.
online, but they always want my outputs
Mm-hmm.
because they know that the way I think I research things is different because of the journalism background. You are right. The way we do research is a little bit different, and we put all the pieces together before we present it, right? So coming back to the insurance, when the lady asked, when after we got the policy for me and my family, the lady called me again, and I was like, "What else do you want? We already have the policy." She was like, "No, Yvette, I know you have. You are a pastor. You have a church. You have people that trust in you. I want you to. I want to know if you see value in this policy. Can you help them as well?" I'm like, "Yes. What do you want me to do?" She said, "Let's get on Zoom, and I will show you." So she did the presentation, and I was hooked. And she was like, at the end, I asked her, "How much do I need to start?" Because it's a business, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she told me $125. I almost fainted because there is, because I'm also a cosmetology license.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to have a full scale salon. And
Mm-hmm.
to do that, they say I need to rent a place and pay at least 1 year of rent, fix the place to make it salon compliant, buy the equipment. So all the investment will have been around 260,000.
Mm. Wow. Okay.
And here I am in front of someone, legitimate business, and they're asking me to only put in $125 one-time fee.
Mm-hmm.
I was I was shocked. I didn't even argue. I say, okay, where should I sign?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I went ahead and I got into the business.
Okay. Okay.
I was so excited about the business. It took me 4 days to study for my license,
Mm-hmm.
and in 1 week, in 6 days, I was licensed.
Wow.
Yes.
You were excited. You like, I'm getting on this. I'm not letting any opportunity, any more days go by. Wow. And
Yes.
that's you're pretty smart. I mean, you got two masters. So you're pretty smart. Studying in 4 days would be no problem for you. Like if I like that. I like the idea that you saw something that you wanted. You had the money to make the small investment, and
Mm-hmm.
you just went for it. You went for it. You knew you looked at what it is that you need to do to get started. You went into the courses and took the tests and got your license and was up and ready to go in less than 7 days.
Yeah, correct. That's because when I get into something, I want to know the ins and the outs. So I wanted to make sure that before I service a client, that I know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So I went into it full force, and I love it. So that's my journey into getting the license, getting the training.
Mm-hmm.
And I always say, I wish I have, my parent knew this. Because if my parent knew this, I would have been a multi-millionaire today. you, you know, you know why, Lina? Because this is completely different from any kind of things that you can think of.
Mm-hmm.
We are out there working hard, and because our parents didn't know this,
Mm-hmm.
we are we are out there letting our children work hard because we didn't know this,
Mm-hmm.
right? So now that we know, because the word of God says, "My people perish for lack of knowledge."
Yes.
So I have the knowledge now, and I want to impact so many lives, so many families, so many business owners, so that they don't continue to be in the same position.
Mm-hmm.
And it hurts me when I see elderly people continue to work at the age of 80 years.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because they didn't know about this kind of policies.
Mm-hmm.
So and we knowing it, we don't want to fall in the same trap.
That's right.
Yes, so that's why I'm out here to educate people, to let them know there are options. There
Okay.
is a there is a say that if you are born poor, it's not your fault. But if you die poor, it's your fault.
Ooh, that's deep.
Yes.
Oh, I'm gonna put a quote out on that one. If you are
It,
born poor, it's not okay. I just gotta write it down. If you are born poor,
it's not your fault. But if you die poor, it is your fault.
it's not your fault.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because with this policy, even if you say, okay, I only have an income of 30,000 a year, you can still contribute, build something, and even leave a legacy.
And
So
that's
you
the
can,
thing we have to understand.
yeah,
That's the thing. That is the problem with all of us, and I say all of us, and I include myself in that.
yeah,
That I see not just with insurance, but with
mhm,
anything that you want, that anything that you want to do, accomplish, and make into something, you have to feed into it. You
yeah,
have to put money into it. You have to put, and anything that you try to do that you don't put any money into, you find out you got all types of problems. And
yeah,
then later on down the line, you got to put that money out anyway in order to
exactly,
get past the mess. In order to get
yeah,
past the BS, you put out
yeah,
the money and stop trying to find a free way to get into everything. With me, it's the investment.
yes,
As a micro business, you have your sales fluctuates like a freaking zigzag road. You're going up and down, and all the way up and all the way down. You may have at least 2 or 3 months where sales are coming in like crazy. And you're
mm-hmm,
like, oh, this is good. And you think that this momentum is going to continue. But then it just depends because you're dependent on people's state of mind.
yeah,
It doesn't stay the same. And that next month you may have maybe one or two sales for that month, where in the last month you had 10, 15 going on. So our money fluctuates because we have to pay rent, we have to make car payments and
mm-hmm,
do all that sort of stuff. And this is the things that we look at as a priority. So first my money has to go here, here, and here. And then if I
exactly,
have anything left, then maybe I could do it. And then if you have something left, you don't do it because you want to keep that to yourself, because it's like I ain't got no money for my money. And you want you kind of want to keep that to yourself. Well, I want to do this, I want to go out on this trip, or I want to go out for the night or go away for the weekend, and it's between me paying this $200-300 for this weekend venture, or giving my insurance $100 out of this. If I give my insurance 100, then I can't go. And so we
Exactly.
don't look at insurance as that priority.
Exactly. So thank you so much for sharing that, Lena. You nailed it. So we have to set our priorities right. I get shocked when I see our sisters buying Louis Vuitton bag. I have nothing against pampering yourself, right?
Yes.
You have money, as you say. There are seasons where people have more and when they have less. When you have more, instead of thinking of what how should I multiply my money, you think of what should I buy. You go get that Louis Vuitton bag, $3,000, $10,000, making someone rich, and then tomorrow you have no money and you start crying. Or you go every 2 weeks, like I was talking to one of my clients before she became client. She told me, oh, I don't have money to get the policy. And I look at her nails. I say, how much does it cost you to do your nails every 2 weeks? She
Yeah.
said she said every 2 weeks she spent about 150 or
Yep. She.
$170.
Yep.
I said that's about $350 every month, right? She said yes. I said, okay, I'm going to help you out. From now on, you're going to buy a nail polish, you will polish your nails yourself. And those $350, we're going to put it in your policy. And I did her policy review last week after 2 years. She saw the amount of cash accumulation into her policy. She turned around and with tears in her eyes, she said, Yvette, thank you so much. You have changed my life and my children's life. This is a single mother who was wasting money on something that she didn't even know she was wasting money on. So I want to talk to the audience. Let's get together. Let's find a way where your money is bleeding. Let's use it for the right cause. Because if you have this kind of policy and you sacrifice, you commit yourself to put in money every month or every year, whatever is convenient for you, 5 years, 10 years from now, you will turn around. I say, thank you so much. You will thank me later. I don't want you to thank me now. You will thank me and thank God for your own commitment. Because you will be able to retire and you will be able to have that vacation that you always dreamed of. Instead of wasting that money today to go all over the place, I enjoy being in my house. Fix your house. Make it as nice as possible. So the money that you should have put into vacation, I don't say don't go on vacation. You can go if it doesn't cost you that much. But don't save money to go on vacation. Save money to build, to get more money. I want you to think like the bank thinks.
So go on a staycation. That's what I'm trying to do to my backyard. I'm trying to fix my backyard up. Every year I say I'm gonna do it, and it doesn't happen. But I'm gonna try to. But when I first moved in the house, I was so excited about the backyard. I fixed it up. I had the swings, the lounging chairs, everything by the pool, the umbrellas. It was very nice. And as the years went by, I just did not keep it up. So now I'm just like, well, I can't afford a vacation, so I need to make my backyard a staycation because I need to get away and I don't have the money to get away. So before we go any further into this to what you're saying, tell us about the policy. I want to make sure that we hear about this policy before time wears out.
Thank you. Yes, the policy is called Index Universal Life. So there are many people who don't know about it, and it's a great policy because it helps you in many different ways. When the policy is not, when you put money in, you benefit when the stock market goes up, and you don't lose 1 cent when the stock market goes down. So your money is not directly invested in the stock market, it's just indexed to the stock market. So you make money and you don't lose money. I used to have a 401k. I lose sleep every night when the stock market when the stock market goes down, I'm shaking. So what I did when I discovered this policy. I took my money out of there. I paid the taxes and put my money into this policy. Now I have peace of mind. I can sleep at night, knowing that I don't lose any more money. Yes, so this is the benefit of it. That's the first benefit in general. And then the policy helps you in many different ways. In case of death, you leave a legacy to your family. In case of sickness, like cancer, stroke, heart attack, kidney failure, brain surgery, heart surgery, severe burn, Alzheimer, you get a lump sum from the insurance company to take care of yourself and pay your bills while you are taking care of yourself. And in case of, it also covers you in case of injury. Mm-hmm. If you are injured, you cannot perform 2 out of 6 daily activities for 90 days or 3 months, you can get monthly check from your insurance company. So it's an amazing policy. And the third portion is the tax-free retirement that helps you build cash with compounding interest. Einstein said, compounding interest is the miracle of our time. Those who know about it are benefiting big time, and those who don't know about it are losing. So I want us to be in the winning part. So I want us to benefit from the compounding interest. Mm-hmm. And what is compounding interest? Compounding interest means you get interest even over the interest that you already had received.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
So you accumulate interest over interest over interest. And guess who are our main clients?
Who?
The banks.
What?
Banks, when you put your money in the bank, you think that your money is sitting there. The bank takes your money, invest it into policies like this, they get the compounding interest.
Wow. So the interest, okay. So it's making interest, and then it's making an interest over top on top of that interest.
Yes,
it's making an interest on the interest. You're making an interest on the interest.
Yes, let's take a simple example, right? Let's say you have $100 in your policy, in your account, and then you have 10%. I'm just giving an example. Okay. I'm not saying that you're going to get 10%. Okay. So let's say you have 100, and then you get $10 on top of the 100 as interest. Then the next time when your interest is allocated, it's not just going to be on $100. It's going to be on the 110.
Okay.
So now you have interest. You have interest on over the 100 and interest over the 10. So on interest over $110. That's the power of compounding interest.
Wow.
And that allows your money to grow faster. And
I see.
Another secret also is, you see, all of us, we know JCPenney, we know McDonald's, all those big companies. When JCPenney was in trouble and they couldn't keep up with paying their payroll, they needed a loan, and it was hard for them to get it. Okay. So do you know where they went to get the money?
Where did they go?
Into their policy. They got the loan from their own policy. They got a cash.
Wow.
Even when McDonald's wanted to scale up into the franchises that we know today, and all what I'm sharing with you is you can find it on Google about JC Penney, McDonald, all that.
Mm-hmm.
So when they wanted to scale into what we know today, they couldn't get a loan.
Mm-hmm.
It was because the bank didn't understand their project. So what they did is to go into their policy, get money out, borrow against it, and then do and scale their business to what we know today. What a blessing!
Wow.
And this is not just available for big companies, for businesses. It's available for you, for everyday people. As long as you have an income, you can benefit from these products.
Okay, so with this policy, the things that you have outlined, these things come automatically with the policy, regardless of whether you're getting a $500 a month policy or $100 a month policy. All of this still applies to that.
All the benefits are included, but
That's
the only
good.
thing is you have to qualify.
Oh.
Yes, because because the policy covers you in case of major sicknesses, chronic sicknesses, cancer, stroke, heart attack, kidney failure, heart, all those things, right? So that's why I was saying that I wish my parents knew that when I was little, or I wish I knew that when my kids were also very young, because the younger you are, you have no sickness, it's cheaper, and but no matter what, no matter the age, you still get the policy and all the benefits. But the trick is, if you have any chronic sickness or any failed background, you may not qualify. So that's why we have to get together to make sure that you qualify for the policy. Yes, it's an amazing product.
Well, when you say chronic sickness, does that include things like diabetes or hypertension?
You can have diabetes as long as you don't take insulin, and your diabetes is under control. You can qualify. High blood pressure is the same, as long as you have it under control, and you can qualify. So when it comes to diabetes, is that the only hic is that when you are taking insulin, you cannot qualify. So
Okay.
that's the main problem.
Okay. Oh, well, that's good. That's good. Now, what are the prices of these policies? And I just want to point out to the audience, I'm trying to you can call Yvette if you have any questions about anything that she's saying. You can call in on 888-342-9962. That's 888-342-9962 if you have any questions about the insurance policies that she is presenting. Do call. Okay, I just want to say that.
Thank you. So, yes, you were asking a question about the price.
Yes, about prices. How does it work? What are the prices? Well, I don't know the right lingo, but you know what I mean.
Yes, that's a great question, but it's a question that I don't have answer to, because it all depends on individuals, right? We may have the same age, and our prices, our premium will be different, because one person may have sickness and the other person has nothing.
Yeah.
Or,
Okay.
or one person may have a compromised background and the other person has nothing. So it all depends on individual, and life insurance depends on age, good health, and good habits. So that's why it's good to have a one-on-one. It's complimentary, it's free. We have a one-on-one. I run the illustration for you, ask you all the qualified questions, and from there we can be able to determine what your premium will be.
Okay. Okay,
Yes.
so so they would have to make an appointment and fill out questions and stuff like that. Did I do that with you yet? I haven't done that with you yet. I don't think
Not
I've done
yet.
that with you. Yeah, because I am very interested in this policy that you are talking about. I want to tell it to someone else too that I know that might be interested as
Thank you.
well. So basically, that's what the policy offers. So let's just do some bullet points here. Okay, give me
Yes.
some bullet points, main points about this policy.
Okay, the main point, if you are an individual, this policy will help you to leave a legacy in case of death. The family will receive the total value of your policy. If it's 100,000, 200,000, $1 million, the family will receive that amount. If in case of sicknesses, major sicknesses, cancer, stroke, it's 19 of them. And recently, Alzheimer was added to the list. You can have a lump sum from the insurance company that can help you take care of yourself and pay your bills. And in case of injury, you can receive monthly check for 4 years and 2 months. And if none of that happened, by the grace of God, you are in good health, you don't die, your investment, your contribution into the policy is not lost, because part of your contribution builds cash value with compounding interest that you can take at retirement. You can choose to keep it for retirement, or you can there is a way to take it before retirement. We can share those options with you if you need money. And we can structure, if you have children, we can also structure it for college plan. We don't want our children to go to school, to go to college and come with that heavy student loan. So when the child is born, 2 weeks after the child is born, you can set a policy for your child and start contributing towards the college, so that when the child gets to college age, he has enough money into the policy to pay for the college. So you don't have to start your life off with
Mm-hmm.
loans. So that's at the individual level. So if you are a business owner and you have employees, we can help you out to keep your employees, because you have a very good employee, and if he finds something better out because they are offering him benefits, he will leave you and go. But if you offer benefit to that employee, this kind of benefit, he will stick with you because he knows what he's getting. And also, in case of partnership in business, we have what we call business buyback. So every partner is covered in case the other partner want to leave the business, or in case the other partner dies, then you can pay out the family to keep the whole business.
Okay. Oh
So
wow!
yeah,
All of this in this policy,
yeah,
and this is the companies that have been in business for like 176 years. So it must be.
yes.
Now I have a question. You had said something about payroll. So okay, so if I have an employee and I wanted to offer them this type of benefits, how would that benefit go through the company, or would it be a separate policy for that employee? So if I wanted, so if I say I want to keep them on, and I want to offer them this policy through the business, um, how would
Yes,
how would I, how do I price that with the employee? Yeah. Give me
yes,
some.
we can structure it in such a way that it becomes key employees benefit, and the business will be paying for it, and the business will have tax write-up.
For okay, so if my employee has a policy that costs $150 a month, okay,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm gonna take that $150 a month out of his pay every other week, or however he splits it up, or every 75 every 2 weeks, or something like that, or is it because I'm going through my employer, that $150 cost is to me as an employer. But as an employee, he's only paying like, I don't know, let's say $80 a month. Is that
Yes, if you there are two options, right? If you taking it out of his pay, then the policy belongs to him, and he is the one. Yes, he is the one who holds the policy. So the employer has no tax write-off. But if you are offering it to him as a benefit, as a benefit, and the company is the one paying for it, then the company will have the tax write-off, and the company will be the owner of the policy.
okay? So that means so if it's $150, okay, and uh, and you're offering it, say you're charging the employee $75 a month, okay, and so but the policy is actually 150, so you're paying the other 75 into this policy. So that 75 that you paid for him and three other employees at the end of the year, that is a tax write off. The
Yes,
balance from that.
yes,
Oh,
correct. So yes, and it's an amazing product. It helps a lot, and even you, the business owner, if you are the only person in your business, you can get that policy on yourself, because imagine if you are the only person in your business and you get sick, what happened? The business will close. The business will not function.
that's right.
But if you are the only person in the business and you have this policy, and you happen to have cancer, so while you are going through the treatment and all that, and you get the lump sum from the insurance company, you can hire someone with the lump sum money that you get to continue with the business while you are taking care of yourself. You see how the benefits work?
I see. I
Yes,
see. I see that that's really good.
yes,
That it's almost unbelievable. It
exactly.
is. It's almost unbelievable. It's kind of like, let me test it. Because if it really works, because this is what I'm hearing about this policy is really unbelievable. It's hard to believe that a company actually does all this.
Yes, we have so many ways to structure depending on your needs and depending on your business needs. We have many different way of structuring it. So if you have a big business, you have a CPA, we can work with your CPA, we can work with your lawyer to if because some people want to put it in a trust. And before I continue, Lena, I want to share another thing very important. It's about a house, like, right?
A house, yes, home buying.
Yes, many of us we buy houses, right? And we get mortgage insurance, we get home insurance, we have car insurance, we have equipment in the house, we have insurance for everything. But what about our life?
Yeah, I
Which is,
know. I
which is
know. That's where we lack.
which is the most important asset, right? Because if you don't if you don't exist, that house will not exist, everything else will not exist. So our life is the most important asset that we need to protect.
Yes, it
and
is.
and if you get a mortgage, a 30 years mortgage, you can also get a policy to protect to protect you with that mortgage. What do I mean? You In case anything happened to you within those 30 years, you have the money from your policy to pay that mortgage off. And also, mortgage is a big liability. If someone has a mortgage and a house, and that person passes away, do you know that the insurance on the asset, on the estate, is so high that sometimes, and then it goes through the probate and all that, that sometimes the family at the end of the day gets nothing if they don't have a policy in place that they can pull money out and pay the IRS so they can keep the house. yes, the taxes on the estate is high. So if you have a mortgage, let's get together, let's figure out how you can protect your family in case of anything, so that they are not forced to get out of the house because they didn't have money to pay that, to pay the taxes, the estate taxes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that is quite a handful that you went through today. And this is even so this is better than the 401k.
Yes.
Because with this one, you say you could be down and get money. Now I know there's policy out there to offer, things like that too. So what sets you apart from them?
Yes, what set us apart is you will not see us on TV. You will not see us on a newspaper. You can only get this policy through agent like me and my other friends, right? Because the company doesn't want it costs so much to advertise on those big news channels. So instead of putting those billion in there, the company takes that money and puts it into policy to make it better, so that we get quality products and at a price that we can afford, right? So, and contributing in this policy to me is like, I don't even know what to say, because I tried at one point to put money in stocks, and I lost all my money.
Oh wow. Well, I don't even play the stock market because I have no idea what I'm doing. I'll cry. I'll just sit there and cry.
I put money, in stock. I didn't have time to go and check and when to come in and when to come out. I lost all the money.
Wow. Yeah, you got to know what you're doing there, Yvette.
Yeah. I tried to get, I said, okay, maybe Bitcoin is different. I bought big Bitcoin, same thing. I lost money because I didn't know when the stocks started going down to go and take the small money that I have them out. I lost so much money. So now the little that, if I have $100, I say I put it in my policy. I don't have time to cry and to lose sleep.
You said you ain't got time for this stuff, huh? I
Yeah.
need to know where my money is at, where it's going, where it's coming in. I need to know every little bit of my money. I heard that. There ain't nothing wrong with that. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Well, I definitely know I have to make an appointment with you to get started because I know I do like the policy from the first time you were telling me about it. And remember, I told you someone else had told me about this policy.
Yeah.
But I didn't go with them. I never contacted them back. And then it came back to me with you, the same policy, because I remember when he was telling me about it, I'm like, get out of here. I ain't done do all that. And don't nobody do that. Don't nobody do stuff like that. Come on, what's the catchphrase? What's the catchphrase? Now, how long does it take for this policy to kick in? Because like with what I went through with my sister for paying all the for the whole year, and she died before it vested. Well, I don't know whether it's called vested or before it could even kick in, and and I didn't get anything. And then they took me through the ringer for
Yes.
nonsense.
Thank you so much for bringing that back up, because I wanted to mention that as well, right? Because when we meet, I do your illustration and I do your application. If you agree of everything, we do the application. Then it goes through underwriting. The underwriter will check everything that I talk about, the background, the health history, and all that. And when they approve you, they take the first payment. The moment the first premium is withdrawn, your policy is in force. If you have been honest and there is nothing that was hidden, if the moment your first premium is withdrawn, your death benefit is in force immediately.
Okay.
Yes, so you don't have to wait for 1 year like what happened to your sister. No,
Okay.
because this is serious business. It's a commitment. It's a contract between you and the insurance policy. It's a
Okay.
serious commitment.
Mm-hmm.
So when you do your part, the insurance company will do their part. That's why I say, before you commit to any insurance company, make sure you do the research to see if they are paying their they do they commit to their portion of the contract when something happened. Like yours, that's a very bad taste, and it shouldn't have happened like that.
Yeah, I ended up canceling my I ended up canceling my card. I mean, not my cards. I ended up canceling my policy. I said, if this is the way you guys do business, I didn't want to do business with you. So I've kind of been open. I haven't been looking for another insurance, but I do know that I need another insurance. And the other thing that you had pointed out is about how we take insurance out on everything but our lives. And
Yes.
that is so true, because I mean, as much as we, even the most vainest person, you know, that care so much about themselves, they don't have life insurance. Okay, so
Yeah.
you know, I think about that. If insurance is mandatory in automobiles, you know, when you got to get a car, you got insurance, whether it's a full insurance or whether it's just liability.
Mhm.
But if you don't have that insurance and you get pulled over by a cop, you get a ticket.
Yes.
So that's why we are you know, in a way forced. You're forced to get insurance, because I'm pretty sure, I know it's a lot of uninsured people out here driving, but those uninsured people are walking on thin ice, praying that they don't get pulled over when the cop is behind them or when the cop is on the side of them. They're praying that they don't get pulled over because they don't have insurance, but it is something that's needed. But if we look at that scenario, if we put our lives in that same scenario, you get a ticket if you don't have life insurance. You get a ticket. We would invest more in it and
Yes.
and really see the benefits out of it, as opposed to us investing in the insurance for our automobiles. And if
Yes.
something happened, you just get the insurance pay out to whoever to get your car fixed or whatever. But this one gives you more than that.
Yes. And you mentioning something very important, Lina. I have a client of mine. He was referred to me by a CPA. Because the CPA told him, go get life insurance. And he met me online and called me. We met and he got the life insurance. And guess what? The same CPA that referred him to go get life insurance didn't have life insurance herself.
See, look at that. She doesn't have it. How did
Do you
you
know?
have it?
Do you know how he discovered?
How?
the
How did he discover?
the CPA passed away,
Oh,
and the children of the CPA went through the phone and contacted everybody that they know to ask for contribution for her burial.
what?
Yes. And my client was shocked. He's like, this lady asked me to get life insurance and she didn't even have
She
it
didn't
on
even have it
herself.
herself. Wow.
You see,
Wow. That's typical. We always
why
tell people what to
why
do.
do you want to leave your family hanging and suffering when you can just take this small step and protect yourself and give peace of mind to your family in case of anything?
You do. You want that peace of mind. I know. And then you have to also be careful of funeral parlor directors, because they're rip-offs too.
Yeah.
They will rip you off. When my grandmother died, my grandmother had a whole life a term policy or something like that. That's what you call. And she had a couple of little ones here and there. I think in her older age, she just signed up for these little policies. You get $5,000 here, $10,000 there, and all that. But all of her policy disappeared. I don't know. By the time she was in the My Care, she had a whole bunch of things that were missing, that I think family members took from her. But I did the best that I could financially with her, to care for her. But the thing about it is, when she died, the funeral that we chose to go to, is one that did funerals for my whole family. And there were people in the family that didn't like him, and I just, I really didn't know. Back in the day, they did some stuff out in the country woods. Who knows? But I didn't investigate, but I went to him because I didn't know anyone else that I could trust, and he made me pay for a plot. My grandmother ended up on top of someone else. I think it was her husband, or I don't remember who she ended up on top of, but she was cremated. Okay. And so he made me pay for the lot. He said that in the lot that I paid for, you can put multiple ashes. So the plot is mine. And in the plot, if someone else wanted to get cremated that died, can go in that same plot, because the plot is mine. And my husband and I paid for it. We don't have that plot today. We don't even know where the plot is. He never sent us the paperwork or never did anything. And he was a friend of the family. And he took the other policy and cashed it in for himself. It was like a $3,200, $3,500 policy or something. Yeah. He had everything on my grandmother's under his name.
How?
Because she needed, she was diagnosed with dementia. Even though she was sharp as a whip, she had selected hearing. She had selected remembering. I still say to this day. But her daughter, my aunt, her daughter would be my aunt. Her daughter died, her husband died, and she didn't have anyone to take care of her. But her daughter's husband, who was not a good person, was taking her Social Security. So, I stepped in to care for her. So she had nobody. So the person here was a friend of the family's. You know what I'm saying? That was supposed to been looking out for her. But somehow, because he owned the funeral parlor, and he knew all of these things in and out, so he had everything pretty much put over to him as far as her insurance policies. Yeah, it was a big mess. It was several years ago, but I dealt with the insurance on that, and it was just a nightmare, and that's what made me go and get insurance policies for me and my sister. But I did not know about insurance. I just figured, let's just get a policy, put something in place in case something happens. There will be some money there to at least bury you or something. And so that's what I did. After I dealt with that whole fiasco with her, it, made me think about, I need to get some insurance on myself. And, there's insurance on, other members of my family and stuff like that, but I didn't have insurance on me.
Okay.
So that's why I went out and did the insurance thing for me and my sister without even thinking. I just, Global Life keeps sending me stuff. And and the prices were pretty cheap.
Yeah, exactly.
It was like $10 a month. $10 a month. I could get a $5,000 policy. If there's any money left, it'll be in the bank. My kids. This is my mentality. The kids will get it. They just need something to bury me in, and they could bury me in a pine box. I wouldn't care. I was dead. My there's no life in that body,
Mhm.
and just don't cremate me. But yeah, so that's what made me do it. And I said, I didn't need much because if it's something in the bank and something in business, all of this, and they got this and that and the other, just give them a little something to bury me in. So I didn't think about the policy. I didn't think about any of these things that you are discussing, which are things that we should think about. And unfortunately, a lot of young people aren't going to get it because they're too busy. Their money is taken. You talk about your their insurance bill is $100 and they got a big gala coming up at the club to get a to get in. It's gonna be $75 and they got that $100 they know they need to pay to you. You know where that insurance is gonna go. So but
Yes.
as an older person, as I now that I am getting older, you start thinking about this, and I wish I'd have had that mentality when I
Mhm.
was younger.
Yes.
you know
And the sad thing is that when you talk to young people, they think that life insurance is just about death, and
yes, yes.
they don't think about all the benefit that I talk to you about. Even when you talk to them about retirement, start building your retirement now while you are young, so that later on down the road. And one important thing is there is a rider into that policy that if you don't use the money, if you don't die or anything, and you retire, we can turn that rider on and you can get income guarantee for the rest of your life.
And it doesn't affect your social security or any of the pension plans you may have.
No. And I will say no, but to be on the safe side, I will say consult with a CPA, your CPA, to give you better advice. It's true. I did.
I don't know. We just had a CPA that gave advice about death and didn't have to say
It's,
goodbye.
I did accounting, but I'm not a CPA to advise. So, so that's another great benefit, because many people today, like I even have a friend who is a medical doctor.
Hmm.
She cannot retire because she thinks that the money that she has in her 401k is not enough to retire, because the tax
Wow.
yes, the taxes that she will pay from that 401k when she retire, she's almost 67,
Hmm.
but she cannot retire because she's afraid of running out of money. And I told her, you have to take action. Take your 401k, let's put it into an annuity, which is another great vehicle. We put it in an annuity where with the state, where you will be at the same tax benefit, and you can start getting income guarantee for the rest of your life.
Hmm.
So she is still thinking. While she's thinking, the market is still going up and down, and she's losing money. You know,
Okay. Yeah.
yeah. So people have to be aware of the future, because while you're still young, you are able to work to make money. Prepare for the days ahead by
Mm-hmm.
getting this kind of policy that will help you and
Mm-hmm.
help your family.
Mm-hmm.
And, yes, and building a policy like this, you can do it for many purposes. Like my friends that are in real estate, that are investors, I ask them to get a policy. You have a lump sum money that you put aside to invest in real estate. Get a policy like this, put your money into it, let your money grow, benefit from the compounding interest. When you find a deal, borrow against your policy, do the deal and put the money back. So you continue to multiply your money exponentially.
Okay. Okay. So, you've given us, quite a bit to think about, for
Mhm.
if nothing else. So, tell us how we could contact you.
Yes, thank you so much. And thank you for our time together. together.
Hmm.
Uh, you can reach me at phone number 301-379-6187.
That's 301-679.
No,
Oh, oops. Oh, I shouldn't have said nothing.
It's 301
301
379
379
61
6187
87.
6187. Last four. Okay.
Yes. Thank you.
And your email, is there an email or a website or anything we can go
Yes,
through?
there is an email. M for Mary, A for Apple, F for Frank, Y for Yellow, B for Bravo, A for Apple, 25 at gmail.com.
Okay, that is. Let me see if I could repeat. I had that written down somewhere
Okay.
for you. Oh, I guess I did write it down. I was thinking I did something to help myself when I know when I should already know. I don't do things to help myself. I do things to make my life complicated.
It's all good.
I don't know what it's like to make things easy for me sometimes. I think just.
I can repeat it if you want me to.
Yes, please repeat it. I'm looking it up now. I'm looking it up, but go ahead, repeat it. I'm gonna repeat it too once I get it.
Okay. M for Mary, A for Apple, F for Frank, Y for Yellow, B for Bravo, A for Apple, 25 at gmail.com.
Okay, there we go. There we go. What she said. Cause I still ain't found it. Oh my gosh! Okay, here it is. I got it. It's M as in Mary, A as in Alpha, F as in Frank, Y as in you, B as in boy, and A as in apple. Number 25 at gmail.com. That's how you can contact Miss Batoula. Miss Intelligent. It's so good to always talk to an intelligent black woman. It is. You just don't know how that delights my heart to know that and be able to display the intelligence of our people, be it male or female, to show the world, because this is worldwide, to show the world that people of color aren't what you think they are. The people of color are intelligent, can hold intelligent conversations, can build businesses, can build wealth, and help you build that wealth too. So it was such a pleasure talking to you, Yvette. And Yvette's got a podcast that's going to be coming out on LJDN and of course on TikTok. You guys are already on a part of LJDN podcast. But the podcast channel itself, LJDNradio.com, she has a podcast that's going to be coming up in which she's going to be talking about these subjects. And she'll be putting out information that you'll be able to contact her on, be it through Gmail or through telephone number. So look out for that for her upcoming podcasts. It should be out. The first episode should be the end of this month, sometime before the month is out. Yvette, didn't that what we discussed? I think we had looked at a date for. Let me get my calendar. I think we had looked at a date to start for like the 22nd. Was that? I think it was like the 22nd. But just stay tuned. Of course, you guys know I'm a posting fool, so I'll be posting it when she'll be coming out. So if you miss any of this information, you can always reference back to this interview. Of course, all my interviews are on my YouTube channel, so you can always reference back to that. And if you want to know more and hear more about her and her wisdom about knowledge and other things, please listen in to her podcast. It will be streaming on Mondays. but I'm not gonna say anymore because I'm not sure today. I think it was the 22nd, and I think I just look at my calendar. The 22nd is a Monday, so maybe I was right. But
Yes.
it's gonna be streaming then, and it's gonna be streaming another day of the week too, which probably will be Saturday, where I get my most interesting listeners to podcasts. So definitely you'll be able to hear from her again in case you missed any of this. You can hear from her again.
Thank
Yvette,
you.
thank you so much. Is there anything else that you would like to say to the people?
Um, yes, I want to say to thank God first for you, Lina,
Thank
for this
you.
great platform the great platform that you put out here so we can educate and inform our people. I really appreciate that, and thank you for this time, and thank you for the listeners. And what I want to say is, I'm available for you. Reach out because there is so much you can do. Don't say I don't have money. You can start where you are and grow it up. So don't waste time. The time for you to start was yesterday, but today but
Yes.
today today God allow you to be alive. Let's do it today. Don't wait any further. God bless you.
Okay. All right, Yvette. Thank you so much. And I will be in contact because, we got to get this podcast thing together. And we
Yes.
also got to get my insurance thing together too because I definitely want in on this. Just got to shift some things around in my budget. I need to put the fire under my butt.
Yes.
Okay.
It will it will happen. Thank you.
Okay, and thank you so much for all your advice. And I mean, she's great. She's given me unforgettable advice. Things that I'm going to be putting into place. And she's just an all around very intelligent, and
Oh,
very knowledgeable lady to speak to.
praise God.
Okay. All right, Yvette. I'll talk to you later. Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Lena.
Okay. Bye bye.